Okay, my team, we're kicking it off right here in Tyrol. I was just saying to Christina and Brendan, this is where we're going to be hiking right up here from my backyard. So I thought, why not be authentic, bring you right in the backyard? And so where you're going to be staying is actually a couple hundred meters from this spot. So the purpose of today is just to go over all the details, like things you need to know, and then have the space open for questions. I mean, it's always open for questions anytime, but to, put anything out there, any details on um, packing, on training, extra money you need to bring, pre-trip, post-trip, all that stuff. Although I'm going to cover it through the whole little meeting. Um, one more sec here. Okay. Now, so first, I just want to know, Laura will introduce, I think, Christina and Brendan. Have you met Laura? You met her at the event, right?
Think so, no. If we did, I,
Oh,
I wasn't paying attention.
okay. So let me introduce you, my partner in crime, Laura, who's going to be helping me on this. She's going to be helping guide and as well leading some sessions. Have it be yoga, energy clearing, meditation, and different things we have on, including with the hikes. Okay, so Laura, jump on out, baby.
Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. It was Christina and Paul.
Brendan.
My last
Brendan.
name is Paul.
Your last name's Paul.
Up.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's nice to meet you both. I mean, do we just share a little bit about myself, Carrie?
Yeah, yeah, please.
Yeah. So I have a daughter now who's just over 1, and her and my husband Danny will actually coming with us on the trip too. So it's kind of exciting. That'll be our first big backpacking trip. Uh,
Awesome.
So besides being a new mom, I do for work, I'm an energetic alignment coach. So I teach yoga, I do emotional clearing, I do coaching. And then I just love guiding people on inner journeys to connect more with themselves, with understanding their thoughts more, their emotional patterns, how we can actually shift them to be able to create new outcomes for ourselves, understand our behaviors more. So that helps us more in our relationship dynamics, in our businesses, in our lives. And I don't know, that stuff kind of just lights me up. So, and I love nature, I love adventure, I love all of that stuff, and I love Carrie. So I'm so excited to be able to
I love
be
I
like
love you too about
arms
that.
on
I love
this.
you like that.
Yeah. So I'm just super fired up to see what unravels on the trip. It's going to be life
Yeah.
changing.
I love it. And you guys think you're just going on a hike. I tell you.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking of this today as I was putting this together that it's been 15 years, the very first one was exactly 15 years ago, and how it's evolved. It's just changed. Back then it was more super hardcore. There's no gondolas. We hike everything. There's no rest. And it was 10 days long. It was like the amazing race. It was like nonstop. And then I saw people dropping like flies. No, no. And then they'd get back up. So, I mean, those were great too. It was authentic. It was rich. We would have 10, 11-hour days. That doesn't mean on this one we still have long days, but it's a little more those softer moments in there. And as I've seen in these adventure tours over 15 years, there's a lot more that happens than just climbing to the peak. And it happens naturally, and it just happens as we go through the days. But with Laura here and with my training and with her training put together, it gives it this whole new space of if there's more that you want to explore, we've got it there. You know, so if you want to take part in the meditation, you can take part. If you don't, you can sit out in the bench and look at the sunset, right? So things like that. If things are coming up for you, certain fears, things that have been loosened up, that happens in the mountains that I've seen, then we have a space to help you work through it even more at a deeper level. afterwards. So there's the hikes and then those pockets of deeper work when we want it. That's what's special about this. And I saw we need to have this in because I've seen so much happen on these tours. People coming face up with a fear of heights and panic attacks and different things. I'm not putting out there that we're in, I'm not saying we're in areas where we're on cliffs, not like that. But people have had that happen on a very minimal area too. It's a very personal experience, right? And sometimes it's not necessarily to do with the fear of heights in the mountains. It triggers something else, right? It's an area of peace and grounding, but it also can be triggering on certain things for people because we're simplifying. We're clearing a lot of the stuff away. We're not looking at our phone as much. We're focusing on, okay, I'm sleeping tonight. I wake up and have breakfast, and then I have to hike 6 hours. Right? So it's just a different schedule, and that can create different things, but it's exciting. That's what makes this adventure exciting. So a typical day, well, no, before I get into that, let me ask you guys, Brendan and Christina, what's the main reason why you're coming?
Well, I feel like the trip is like a halfway meeting point. Brennan really wants to hike a mountain, like what mountain did you want to hike?
Oh, well, lots of different ones,
Yeah.
but I mean,
He wants to hike a mountain. I'm like, I don't know if I have the capacity to do that. And I've always wanted to do one of your tours. Like back 15 years ago when you talked about it, and, you know, Come Alive Fitness, right? Like when you were talking about that. And I was like, I really want to do it. And this seemed like a nice meeting point of the two goals type thing.
I love that. And I mean, on every tour, there is a mixture of that. People that come that just want the challenge, that want the hike, that want the nature. And other people want something, want to do a little more yoga, still the challenge. They want to enjoy the culture. It's different for everyone, and it all comes together in between. It's all perfect. I believe every group's put together for a reason, and everyone's there
Yeah.
for that reason, right? That they get to see. So, general day-to-day itinerary is similar every day. So we wake up early in the mountains. Every day there's yoga, like at 7 a.m. Whether if we have a rainstorm outside, probably not, because our indoor facilities are limited for yoga. So, although we've done yoga in the rain too, so that's not totally off the shelf. So general itinerary is yoga in the morning, breakfast, and then right into our hikes. So our hikes would generally be around 9 o'clock takeoff time. And when we come back, there may be an option to do stretch, another yoga. And Laura and I are feeling the group as we go too. So what do you guys need? We're not just going to throw, hey, we got 1 hour of this if no one wants that, right? It's more like, okay, what do we need as a group? So there's an afternoon after your hike. Most times you just want to chill, look at a book, have a coffee, do that. But then we'll also afterwards, pre-dinner, have like a group little meetup and lead into whatever we have that day. So it might be breath work as an option. You might have a nap in your bed. Another yoga. We might do some energy clearing. We're going to feel it as we go. And we work with that day to day. That's the art of it. We feel it as the days go. And we feel what the group needs, right? It's just like any mountain itinerary. We need the itinerary, but we never follow it exact. It just doesn't happen exact because you have to flow with it. Then there's dinner around 6 o'clock. And then usually it's just chill time. And then earlier to bed when you're in mountain huts or you're early to bed anyhow, right?
Yep.
And that's pretty much every day. But we are, for the first 2 nights, at a guest house just 200 meters down from here. And in those first 2 days, we do what I call day hikes. So it means we go and do a hike, we come back to the guest house. Next day, we go and do a bigger hike, much bigger hike. First day is a little less. And then we come back to the guest house because I found having one place for 2 nights is good. You can kind of ground down a bit, get your footing instead of racing around everywhere, right? And then then from this guest house, the next 2 days is just straight up here in the mountain for 2 nights at the mountain hut. And that's where you can really, let go. For 2 days, 2 days up in the mountains is a long time. 2 days doesn't seem like a long time, but
No,
it's a long time because you're up in the mountains for 2 days, 2 days straight. And so we do a big climb up to the hut. And then here's where the options come in. When we arrive, it's about noon on that day, and then we have an option for a second hike in the afternoon. So those that want to stay at the hut can stay at the hut. Those that want to join and hike with me to the lake can do that. So once we're up there, there's those options, but there are some days that we have to go together, and when we go together, we stay together. There's no splitting off. There's no right? Unless something happens where someone's not feeling well, and then I'd say, okay, Laura, I need you to go retrace your steps and go back down with so and so, right? So there's always an out if someone needs to, but we figure that out that morning at breakfast that everyone's good, and the night before, right? So the plan, that's what to expect, is that it's a team. We stay together unless there's a second option. And I say, okay, you guys stay here, or those that want a little more, come with me. Those that want to do yoga nidra up on the grass are here with Laura. Those that want to come to the lake with me, right? So there's those options too, which make it really cool and personalized, because then you have lots of options for you, right? But those main chunks of hikes we have to do together. We stick together for sure.
Makes sense.
Huh?
Makes sense.
Yeah. And so that means we're as fast as the slowest person, right? So if someone's a little slower that day, it's the way it is, right? But that's the next thing I'm coming in with, is the training and preparation.
Mhm.
That's also a very important part. And not that we're climbing Mount Everest, or even, it's not like we're doing high altitude or climbing Mount Everest, but it's in the mountains. We have to respect the mountains and all sides of it, the weather, the training portion. And even if we're fit, we still want to get specific for the mountain. A good base fitness is super important, but it's those extras leading up to it gets you excited for the trip and also prepares you for when you're here. And I know everyone on this call knows that for sure. And and I emphasize it too, because I've had lots of examples in the past where it wasn't someone was really unprepared,
Mhm.
and it's just a different experience,
Yeah.
right? And you don't have to be like super over prepared, but to have that base fitness, to have the mobility, the flexibility, taking care of areas where sensitivities, knees, back, and making sure you take care of those as much as you can when you're over here. Although, and I say this purely and authentically, when people tend to have issues, or they say this flares up, that flares up, when they come to the mountains, usually the flare-ups are gone. It's
Mhm.
just this thing that I see every year, that once they because as you're hiking, you're stretching, like people have had some Achilles, they're stretching, and you're in a different space, different stress space. When the stress is kind of moves down, then the whole body inflammation changes. And that's what I've seen too, right? So whatever you need to support your body, number one. And as far as training, it's really important to get the specific, even though the mountains aren't there, to get some specific in there. So Chicopee, up and down, um, any ski hills, up and down. The best place we've gone to in Ontario, not for ski hills, just even without ski hills, is Shadoke Golf Course has stairs. This is Hamilton. And this is where the hiking groups where we would meet leading up to the summer is we go to Shadoke Golf Course. We'd have sort of like every 2 weeks a meetup and we would hike the stairs. And at the top of the stairs, do like push-ups and stuff like that, then do a hike around, come back to the stairs. Because stairs are it's more that mental resilience.
Yeah.
The stairs kind of suck, right? And they never feel easier. Um, so anything works. Stairs, if you don't get to mountains or ski hills, go to the stairs. When I was training for Kilimanjaro and Everest, I would just filled my backpack, big backpack, stuffed it full, and just went up and down the apartment steel stairs, the most boring thing you can imagine. But I'm like, damn, this is good. I'm going to Kilimanjaro. And then I would just do the thing you do when there's no mountains. And it's good because it gets you mentally ready, right? So we need the elevation, no matter how you get it in. You need the practice with the backpack and with poles. And the poles I'm going to highly recommend because even if you feel you don't need them, always have them because there's always a day one needs them, for sure. They keep really for balance. Really for balance. It's not that it's making it easier like to climb up. It's more efficiency. And especially over 6 days, there's going to be a day when you feel flat of energy and you're not as sharp. And so that's when the poles are like, okay, phew, it's that little bit of assistance, keeping your balance. Everybody uses poles. I used to hate using poles. Now I recommend them because they're great, especially going down the mountain for people. There's techniques that I show when you're here and how you properly go down where you have no knee issues. But regardless, the poles really, really help on the down just to avoid issues because there are days where we're going down, down, down long time. Right? And so we're training the up and the down. That's a big part. So really if you're doing those hills, really take on those downs as well. Little step, quick steps, kind of snake style, and practice with the poles. And then when you do that, even if it's like a month, 6 weeks before, we're 2.5 months out now, and just start once a week, putting that part in. Once a week is all you need. Put that part in. Then your body remembers it.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be hanging off cliffs, but there are spaces where we need our balance. We're going through streams. We're standing on rocks. There's some little sections where we have to cross streams. We're putting our poles in the water. So we need the balance and we need the stability at times and the help when we're tired.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's a major thing. If you absolutely don't have the foldable poles to pack.
No, we have no poles, so.
No, we have ski
Okay.
poles. We'll buy.
So
Yeah.
I have, I think 3 or 4 pair, and you can kind of reserve them if you want to borrow. Let me know as soon as you can, and then I can put on the side because otherwise you'll have to bring, and there you can get them everywhere there, but you have to have the foldable ones to fit in your backpack. That's the thing.
Yeah. I had wondered about that. I'm like, how do you get it near your backpack?
Yeah, the foldable are good, but it's also good to have ones at home anyhow to practice, right? And so the importance is getting in the length of time. We're going to be doing a hike up to 6-7 hours here. That doesn't mean full gas 6-7 hours. That means we're on our feet for 6-7 hours with little breaks here and there. So that means you want to work up to hiking for about 4 hours at home. Because if you have a base of 4 hours, you can do more, right? Of being on your feet, exploring, right? And you don't have to at home do 6-7 hours, but it's having that base. It's like training for a marathon. You don't need to do 42K, but if you're up to 30, 32, or more than 30, then your body knows. Then the rest of the way, it's your mind that takes you, right? And because we're having so much fun. So prep is important, and prepping with the shoes, with the boots are super important.
Yeah.
The boots that you're going to have here, because they're everything. If you have feet problems when you're here, that's not fun. So really work them in, feel them out, see how your feet are in them, any rubbing areas, kind of work those out before you get here. And then you'll be ready when you're here. And practice them on steeper terrain too, so you feel any rubbing spots, right? So that's a big one. What to expect in terrain, all different types of terrain, all different types, from wide forest trail to narrow path. So I call them, so it's like from T1, so there's like T1 to T5 is the levels. Terrain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, we're not doing 4 and 5. We do between 1 and 3. 1 is easy, doesn't mean it's flat, but it's wide like a forest path that a car can go on, right? And then there's T2, which is very noticeable trails, easy to follow. No real huge technical areas, but still can be very steep. And then there's T3, where there's sections, a lot narrower path, where we need our balance a little bit more, some tricky areas, maybe a section where there's a rope to hold, but sometimes the rope to hold doesn't mean there's a big drop off, but it's just to keep you a little more stable. So we do T1 to T3. And you'll see the difference. And I've taken groups on all of those, so it's doable for everyone. The biggest challenge is just the constant up. Because here in the mountains, it's not up, up, up. It's up, 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 up. Up, 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 down, 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 down. And that's what the body's not so used to, right?
Yeah.
In between, we'll have little breaks at mountain huts and for snacks, lunch. That's all. That's there for us on most of the hikes. But the level of terrain will change throughout the trip, throughout the day. Every night, the day before, I show you a little video, like a 3D of what the route looks like, what to expect, how many hours, weather. Do we have to get up earlier to beat the thunderstorm that's coming? Do I have to change the whole itinerary because the weather sucks tomorrow? Here's the new thing we're doing. All of that. But that's all like the night before, reassessing. And that's when someone can say, well, you know what? I'm staying at the hut tomorrow. I'm not up for that. Or great, that's okay as long as they're staying in one spot. But of course, I I want to encourage everyone to do the whole thing,
Yeah.
right? There's that part. But if someone's not feeling well or there's something really off, then I would prefer that they stay back, right?
Mhm.
So weather's going to play I may change the whole itinerary just because it's slippery in certain spots. And that's all expected. Like that's the mountains, right? And then if we can't go out, we'll have an indoor program, right? That will include a lot of different things. So that's adventure for you, right?
It is,
But
yeah.
like anything, safety first. That's what we're looking at first. And so I'm always on the safer side than just, okay, let's just go out and do it, right? Still big challenge. There's peaks we're going to climb on day 2. There's a peak on day 4. There's a peak, and day 6 there's a peak. So you'll have days in between, and these are all pretty big peaks. And on all these peaks, there's an option, except for the last day, to leave the peak and stay on the lower level. So if someone's like, I'm not up for that last part, then we're going to arrange that they can stay and wait below or actually come down, right? Actually come down with someone else, with Laura, but we'll have that all organized before. Cool. Accommodations. I'm going to say this one last thing, then I'm going to let you guys jump in. Accommodations. Guest house means comfortable room, double bed, unless you booked a single. I think like Natalie and Anna are single, I believe. And the huts is a shared space. So there's going to be 6 or 7 of us in a room. It's about 6 of us in the same room. There, right? And my dog is with me. So and she'll be snuggling in with me, right? And in the next valley as well. But these rooms have like 4 beds it's like kind of bunk style. That's the accommodation. So just knowing that there'll be other people in the room, but of our group though, of our
Yeah.
group. Yes, in the huts, very simple food, breakfast, very traditional food. So if you have allergies and things like that, you don't have allergies. So, but they cater to a lot of allergies too. Yeah, so let me know, throw something at me. Any questions? Even you, Laura, jump in. Like,
How many different places would we be staying in? Like as we're walking, like how many different huts and things? Like
3.
3? Cool.
Yeah.
And then I guess you have a packing list for us. And were we to bring like a sleep mat or like something?
Yes. It's called a sleeping liner.
Oh, okay.
It's like a sleeping bag liner. It looks when you open it, you get in it like a sleeping bag,
Oh, okay.
but it's like a thin material. So because
We have those.
Yeah.
it protects you from a lot of huts. It's mandatory. A lot of huts, they don't go around checking, but it's mandatory. They say you put it on the bed, even though they change the bed every day. It's just between you and the bed.
Okay. Yeah.
And
We
you have
have them-
blankets.
We have them for camping. Like we have these really
Yeah.
thin.
That's it. That's it.
Perfect. I was thinking I had to like bring like some sort of foam mattress. I was like, how's that going to work?
Yeah. Now the one thing, no foam mattress because you're gonna have blankets and regular bed.
Yeah.
The one thing is in the first 2 areas, I have yoga mats and I have mats for us to do stuff on. The last couple nights where we're in another valley, we'll have to take it with us. Everyone takes it on the back of their backpack. You can attach it. If
Yeah.
you know that's something you want, if you want to sit on the grass, you can sit on the grass or just sit on a towel that you bring. That's fine too.
Mhm.
But because of the amount we're hiking, we have to think also minimize,
Yeah.
Yep.
right? And but here where we are, we can have the yoga mats up there, and we can choose on the last part if we want to bring it or not, or just use the nature's blanket.
Take a, is it rocky or is it grassed over?
Up here where we are over here, there'll be grass,
Yeah.
like up on this mountain. It's for doing yoga and stuff on the mat outside. It's some areas are flat, some are grassy, but not even. So bumpy.
I'm just like, would inflatable mattresses work? Like we have the little ones that are like the size of my fist.
No, not for doing yoga on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can say, I mean, it's something.
Sure,
you know.
whatever. If you have something really small that
size of
takes
my fist.
no space that you blow up, for sure. I mean, yeah, or you can even use your towel that, the chamois towel that you use to bring for showers.
Yep.
Like some people can use those too. And if anyone, I won't throw it in here, but if you guys have questions about pre or post trip, what to do before, what to do after, I'm all yours for that too.
We did book a place in Innisbrook,
Innsbruck.
Innsbruck.
Yeah, we'll be there a couple of days early in Innsbruck.
Oh, you did the one I sent you?
No, we just booked it on Airbnb.
Okay.
A little apartment by the train station.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's lots of options afterwards. You can even stay a little longer in the guest house in the village.
Yeah.
The village, because I'm moving, like I said, 2 weeks before. There's another ranch. It's a B&B with horses.
Oh, wow.
That's also available. And it's kind of away from the cities, you know what I mean? It's kind of in the land, which is also an experience. And as we get closer to the time, I'll know more. I'll probably show you guys that anyhow, the group,
Right.
that area anyhow. But you're very close to Italy, Germany, half hour away from the borders. You can do even a day, you add on a day or two, just go to the next bordering town, Germany, the next bordering town, Italy, just to have an espresso, a real one.
I know, right?
I used to do that.
We might go
take a
to,
train.
Yeah, we thought we might go to Italy for a couple of days afterwards. Maybe even
Perfect.
all the way down to Milan or something.
Yeah, Bolzano, Milan. Milan, so far.
Milan, yeah. And fly out of Milan.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, because the Bolzano is 2 hours away.
Yeah.
And it feels like Italy, because you go through South Tyrol, that feels like the German Italy part, South Tyrol. And then the Bolzano is the first town that kind of feels Italian with the markets and I mean, you can't go wrong anywhere there. It's a different vibe and different vibe. But I make pretty damn good espresso too, so I'll tell you that. I actually bring my own pot to the mountain huts.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, so
Wake up early and cook it.
That coffee.
I think that's it. The other thing I was saying, we're going to be in 3 different valleys over the 6 days, 3 different valleys. So that's a bonus too. The Stubai Valley, the Inn Valley, and Leutosh is the other one. But as we get closer to the time, then I send out a final itinerary when I'm like, okay, this is everyone here. This is what the main thing. This is how it looks. And I may shift things a little bit because I just feel a call to do a different mountain or something like that, right? But the amount of time and that's pretty much stays the same.
Perfect.
2.5 months, guys.
I know. It'll be here before we know it.
So when you're training on those Chicopee Hills, take a picture of you both and send it.
Will do.
Also, sorry.
Can we have a group chat on WhatsApp and stuff, and then we can share
I
pictures and
did you just you took on my vibe. I was just about to say about 2 weeks before the trip, 2 to 3 weeks, we open a WhatsApp group chat. And
Cool.
that's for all communication pre, communication during, and any things like that's what I'll say. Hey, yoga at 4 o'clock, whoever's coming, like all of the day-to-day stuff will be posted in there. People share pictures in there. And then after the tour, we can like close it off. But things like pick up at such and such time, Innsbruck. So all the main info we'll have on WhatsApp. And I forgot to mention, it's this beautiful lady's birthday today, Laura dear. She's sitting in a car listening to me. You're
Feel so
awesome.
blessed to be here with all of you.
You're amazing. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. Like, I mean, I think the main thing is I don't want to go too much detail into each day because that unfolds as we go.
Yeah.
Yep, sounds good.
Anything comes up from now to then, let me know. Let me know how training's going.
Okay. Yeah.
And then any other packing question?
Oh yeah, I was about to say it is a packing question. Do you recommend more than one pair of shoes, like hiking shoes? Do you recommend to bring more than one?
I do. And the good thing about here is that you've kind of got a central area. That's my village.
Mhm.
That you can, if this was a 6-day trek, everything on your back, I would say
Yeah.
no. I would say no, because then you have no room for two pairs.
Stuff.
But because we're going up and then coming back and stuff, I would say yes, because just to change things up. But I wouldn't say necessarily carry them with you on for the 2 days. Choose the one for the 2 days and then come back and maybe switch it
Yeah.
for the next 2 days, right?
Yeah. I just didn't know if with wet shoes and stuff like that, if that happened.
Yeah, we just have to if it's really wet, we just like stick newspapers in them and put them by the fire. The huts have like these fires on the inside. You can
Mhm.
hang wet clothes and stuff like that usually. And it shouldn't be too bad, but having enough socks, fresh socks is important too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nothing like wet socks.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's my thing. I like running in the rain. I really do enjoy it, but I don't like getting my feet wet. I don't know. I was like, once my feet are wet, I'm done.
yeah, it's a different. No, feet are big. Feet are huge
Yeah.
here, so you gotta pamper your feet big time.
Mhm. I
And
have a question.
wet socks means stinky feet. We don't want stinky feet.
No. But do you
Laura,
provide with a packing list?
pardon me?
Do you provide us with a packing list or like suggestions or?
Yeah, I put that in your first email.
Oh, okay, perfect. I'll go back
There,
to that. Yeah.
there's a link, but if you don't find it, I'll resend it.
Okay. No, I'm sure I'll find it. I'm sure it's there. Yeah.
Yeah, Laura, what were you gonna say?
On the packing list, does it say like the recommended size for backpack? And like maybe
Yes.
bring a couple of them because we have maybe some smaller days versus the bigger days. And then we can also bring a suitcase, right? Because we can
Yeah.
leave that at the main place. Is that still a thing?
Exactly. I recommend 28 to 35 liter backpack. That's a mid-size. So it's not, I mean, truly with a backpack, whether you're going 2 days or 6 days, you carry about the same amount of stuff,
Mhm.
right? It's kind of the way it is, but 25 to 35 liter, you can leave some of your main stuff in the town. I have a storage spot and take all the stuff you need for the 2 days, right? In there. So I think 35 liter, like what am I carrying? Mine's 38, I think, but I stuff more. I always carry extra stuff. I have my coffee pot thing in there. So so if you're going basic, because you just need the bare minimum, toiletries, all that stuff, then that's plenty. And then when we're hiking during the day, The second day when we're up there, you can unload some of your clothes, pack it down.
Okay.
Because if you're just doing a day hike, you don't need much stuff. You just need your water, jacket. And that's another thing is down jacket. That's a bit, be prepared for colder weather too. And rain gear is number one. The rain gear is number one.
Mhm.
So those are rain gear, proper. I recommend hiking shoes, not so much boots. But if you have an if ankle stability issues, not as stable there, then maybe the boots are better for you. But the hiking shoes are way more comfortable if you're pretty good and stable on your feet. Big difference, I find. And you can get hiking shoes these days that look almost like running shoes.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of minimal, but they've got the grip. You want good profile, really good profile, as you want. Waterproof,
Mhm.
right? And then some people ask about the I just think I'm thinking German, Gamaschen.
Gators?
Gators, thank you. Uh, if it is rainy or we're going through a little bit of a stream, those are optional. Those are optional. I don't wear them. I just can let myself get wet. But some people bring little gaiters so they're hooked to their shoes and to their pants, so they don't get wet. Right. So those are little extra things. They're not going to add much weight. They can put in. Right. Um, and I think I have this on the packing list, but you can also bring what's really good is your own solar charger. Like a lot,
Yeah.
Yeah.
your own, because I know at the huts, everyone's fighting for the plugger in thing. Plugger in thing. Um, um, so if you can bring a charger, solar or to do your own thing, highly recommend it.
Good call. I like that.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
I think that's it for now, unless you guys. Yep.
I don't have anything else. It's getting exciting, so gets us wanting to be prepared.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah. We'll be here before we know it. My goodness.
I do remember you now, Laura. You were sitting in front of us. It's only because you said you had a daughter. I remember your
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
daughter toddling around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Took me a
So she'll
while.
be there with us as well.
Oh. Do you have a
Yeah.
backpack for her then? Like,
We do. Yeah. We got one. So we've been training with it that she just kind of like goes in it. It has like a little bit of storage stuff underneath.
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah. But that one only fits really my husband because it doesn't really shrink down small enough for me to wear it.
Yeah.
So we'll probably bring like another kind of smaller carrier as well, just for her for the smaller hikes and stuff like that as well. So we have a couple options for her. But
We
she's
did
pretty
that
good.
with
She
we
just
did that with
chills.
our daughter. We had a backpack with both of our kids, really. They never
Uh,
liked strollers. So we just
yeah.
backpacked them everywhere.
Yeah. How old are they now?
Uh, 18 and 15.
Wow.
Long way.
You're still gonna backpack them.
Yeah. They backpack me.
Yes, Christina is by far the smallest in the family.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Matthew's,
That's awesome.
we think he's 6'3" now and about 175 pounds.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's
I
so
don't know how that comes out of you. You're just like,
Totally.
it's so funny. Laura has Lily, her baby, who's very quiet and very good, and I have Lily, my baby, who's very quiet and very good.
Yeah.
oh, that's perfect. We don't have to remember one name. That's awesome. The little
Yeah.
ones are
Yep.
Lily squared.
There you go. Oh, Lily's gonna love Lily. Oh my goodness. There's this little golden doodle that is in our building, and it came around, and she was like so excited to see it. And then when we left, she kept going. She's just gonna love having Lily there.
Oh, that's so awesome. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm so excited.
Same here.
Yeah, me too.
We're off to soccer in this weather. Yes, outside.
Wow.
Wow. Ice storm then, right? Ice storm?
Yeah,
Wow.
Oh my goodness, who's playing?
just their son.
Ah, okay. Wow.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, and I'll look for the packing list and I'll let you know if I have any questions.
Awesome.
Yeah, perfect. It was
Can't
nice
wait to
seeing
see you guys.
you.
Yeah, nice to meet you both. Thanks.
Bye, and have a happy birthday.
Thank you so much. I
Bye,
appreciate
everybody.
it. Bye.